for your first time logging in, I'll just give you a brief description of what all the different sections are. So you have your username, which is your email address, and you've been given a system password. So you have those filled in, click login. The left hand side is the most important bit of the site. It's where all your bobs and bits are. Every page that you need is along the left hand side. We're going to start just slightly down the page in my profile. So every time you log into the page, when you log in for the first time, you're going to have a blank page. But if you go to my profile and you click on your landing page, so your landing page, I have selected reports, but you can also select contacts. Maybe you're in marketing or in administration, you're looking for contacts all the time. You have parts if you're in parts, job cards if you're in service. If you're in sales, then you want to see your sold cars, your current stock. But currently I click reports. What will be added here as well as dashboard in a couple of weeks' time. So click save. So no better place to start than at the top. The sales section, you have three different sections. So you have current stock, sold stock, and add a vehicle. Your current stock does exactly what it does. It brings you to your current stock. As you can see there, you can the default view for your tap, still, and sparkling and electrolyte package are as you can see here. But you can also go to views and change the views of what you want to see on a daily basis every time you're logging in. You can search by 25, 50, 100 or 200 cars. The system is quick enough and it can display all the cars if you wish. When you log in for the first time, you're going to be given a list, just all cars, and then you have a waiting invoice, which are the vehicles you have actually sold and they're waiting to be invoiced, exactly as it says in the tin. We're a Peugeot and Citroen dealership ourselves, and we do use cars. So along the top here, we would have alternate stock lists. So every car you have is in all, but in this case here we've added blue cars. So you want to do a list of blue cars. We have Peugeot, Citroen, and we have used cars, and then you have a waiting invoice. So it's all bespoke to the dealer from still, sparkling, electrolyte up. Sold stock pretty much looks the same, but it's basically populated with the cars that you have sold. It's this time it's on date range. So basically you have a stock list that's going to be default to the current month. Today is the 1st of June. So as you can see here, we go back to May and we see the cars sold for the month. Again, you have different views. You can search different ways. It'll give you a slightly different, some KPIs, number of sales you made and the average days in stock of each sold unit. It's all pretty simple, and again it's a default view here of what you can see. Everything is quick and you can have a look at whatever amount of sales you have. Add a vehicle, it's basically as I said in the tin, add a vehicle. It works with motor check, so you add the registration number and click look up, and it will populate all the fields that can. So you come down to purchase date, and you say, like, obviously the invoice date you have, the VAT type it is, how much you paid for it, and so on. If you go to their video for add a vehicle, it'll be in more a detailed report of that. Service is the next section then. So obviously you're going to have job cards. You go to the job card page and you'll see all your current job cards, the job card status. If they're closed, if it's open, you can create a new job card. Again, it works with motor check, so just add the registration number and click look up. Customer details, if it's a car you've already had in stock, will be assigned to it, so you don't have to go adding it each time. But again, go to the job card video and you'll see how to add a job card for the first time. You have your parts inventory as well. So if you're a franchise dealer, if you have a CSV file of your manufacturer, we can import that into the system for you. So when you start typing, the part will already be there, including the retail price and the cost price. You just add your quantity. It will also tell you what you're out of stock on. So each part has its own line with cost price, retail price, and the amount of stock. When you add it to a job card or you add it to a parts invoice, the stock obviously comes down. Selling a part, you don't have to add it on a job card. A panel beater could come in and buy some parts off you. You can also create an invoice for them without adding a job card. Scheduler is probably the most important thing for the service team. So you can add all your technicians along here. Of course, this is only a demo account, so we only have one technician. So we've added a job card here, and you want to allocate his time. So you pull down the job card there for as long. He's in now from 8:30 to 3, or if we want to start that job at 10 o'clock until 3 o'clock. Each technician has its own line, and we can start populating each job as they come in. Manage section then. So unless you're what permissions you have, you will be limited to what you have on your manage screen. So in this case here, we'll go to dealer info. So the administrator will have the dealer info. It will show you the package you're on. It will give the dealer details, which is important. So if you're logging in for the first time, go to dealer details, fill in your dealer name, email address, phone number, the number of lifts you have in the workshop. If you fill that in, we'll look at that at a later date to show you what's important in that. Your price check, how often would you like to check your prices online? Your email address, and most importantly, your logo and the footer for your invoice. That's important. So fill all that in. Your workshop opening times then as well. We'll get to that in a later video because it is very detailed. My profile we went into already, so it just has your own details. Keep that in. If you want to change your password when you initially log in, you can do it from here as well. Users, so if you have different levels, if you have different staff members, of course, you can give them their own user login. It's multiple users on H2o, so it doesn't matter what you have. From the electrolyte package on, just on the electrolyte package, you will have different permissions. You can have administrator, you can have someone in accounts, you can have a sales executive, a service manager, technician. If you're a business owner, sometimes you wouldn't like your service manager seeing the cost of your vehicles, how much profit you made, and of course you don't want the sales guy opening a job card or deleting a job card in his own car. So you have different permissions, but on Still and Sparkling, everybody will have administrator access so they can view the full site. Contacts, is what it is. So your suppliers and your customers are all in the contact section. So you add a new contact from here, whether it be a supplier or whether it be a customer. It's all pretty detailed. If you're connected to the Xero package then as well with the electrolyte package, you can send their details across to your accounts package on Xero, all from the contact section. Costs, this is an important one. So we have 5 different type of costs. If you're reconditioning your car, it will be a cost. Administration, like a house charge, or it could be stocking fees or something like that you need to charge. Really important taxes and charges then. So VRT, customs, excise will come under tax and charges. Warranty, of course, when we sell a car with a warranty on, if it's a third-party company, you want to pay VAT and the warranty, so make sure your warranties going under warranty so the calculations will be right in the system. And then for your job cards, you have service after sales, so you'd be adding your labor lines here to maybe have multiple labor lines here. We've set it at 60, but in our own case we might have 7 or 8 different type of labor lines. Here's where you're at the costs. Again, go to the job card video to see how what's the best way of adding a job card, and we probably have a cost video too. Invoices, so the most important thing, every time you invoice a customer, all the invoices will go here. Again, when it's on a date range, so we'll go to last month where we invoiced the vehicle. So it opens a new tab. It will have an invoice, the details of the customer, details of the vehicle that purchased, your own details, and if it's a VAT qualifying car, it'll be the ex-VAT price, VAT, and the amount you paid for the car. You also have your customer service invoices here, where a job card is created into an invoice. So Noel Kelly here got 1 hour's labour and he got an oil filter fitted. So this is something you can give to your customer without using the accounts package on Still and Sparkling. If you go electrolyte, you will have the invoice number up here in the right hand corner, which will reconcile with your accounts package. Custom fields. So if you're on the electrolyte package, then there might be some things in your business that you want to just have quick access to. So let's say you're importing vehicles from the UK, you don't get the cars VRT, you have them on have it on a pre-inspection basis. You can add a custom field added to each individual car, and you can write in the estimated VRT content on that. Customized field, is what it is. It can be customizable to current stock, job cards, contacts, anything, sold cars, cars in stock. On the electrolyte package it's a really handy tool to have. Views, like I mentioned, you can view things when you're looking at your stock list. Here we are, your current stock. This, how you see this, your sold stock, how you see this, job cards, as you see how you want to look at your job cards, whether you want to see if it's an open job card or a closed job card. To manage how you see all that, you go to view. So when you're on the electrolyte package, you can make your own view, a bespoke view. But if you're on the still or sparkling package, it's a default view of what you can see. Reports is where the magic happens. So you want to build a report. Everything is done under reports here. You can there's any amount of reports that you can build. We have a few default ones in there for you for your current stock, your sold stock, job card reports, which is important if you want to see how many hours you've sold, many parts you've sold, your technicians, efficiency, contact report. Maybe you want to send a mail out or a text message. You can get it all from your contact reports. And then the all important parts report, current stock part report, and also sold stock report. We will do a separate video on reports, but new report, it's all done from here. You have different rules you can do. When you're on electrolyte package on still and sparkling, you're going to be limited to just changing your date range. In more automations, when you're on the electrolyte package as well, let's just say you're buying a vehicle into stock and you always add a house charge, or you always add warranty, or you always add an administration charge onto each individual vehicle. You can do some automation. So when you buy a vehicle in stock, it automatically adds a house charge, it automatically adds a warranty. So it makes the administrator's job more efficient and can add just a lot of benefits to their daily chores. Payment method is important. So if you are on the electrolyte package on, or any of the packages, you need to, when you're selling a vehicle, you need to add your how to pay cash, whether it was EFT, whether it was finance. If you're going if you're selling vehicle finance, I recommend going for the electrolyte package because you can invoice the bank and deliver to the customer. It's one invoice per vehicle, and it's set up for all the Irish banks at the minute. That's under payment method. Keyboards. So in our place, could have 200 vehicles in stock. Keys are a nightmare. We don't know where they are, so we can add a keyboard. So you can add a new keyboard. You can call it whatever you like, KB, and positions. If you have under a keyboard, and you can stick status active. Every time your administrator or yourself purchasing a vehicle in stock, you ask what key number you want to do. Going forward then as well, you have a PDF that you can hang on your window with the key number on it. So it's easy for key management. Just a little thing that annoys me from time to time in our dealership. Stock lists, as I mentioned, in sales, you can add as many stock lists as you like. We had blue cars, you can add red vans, you can add green motorbikes, or in our case, we have Peugeot, Citroen, and used vehicles. Job card pipelines. Let's look at the job card video, what this is for. It basically helps you to on a daily basis when you have your administration team in your service department, what's an active job cards, what's waiting on parts, what's due for a callback, and what warranty work is due, and recalls. Job card closed pipelines as well will show you for KPIs, whether if it's retail work, warranty work, or sales work. So there's a lot in job card pipelines. It's definitely maybe 2 separate videos. Email templates, it's emailing out your customers with their invoice. Vehicle types. So with this one here, we have a new vehicle sale, a used vehicle sale, a trade vehicle sale, and a fleet vehicle sale. Important for KPIs in your reports going forward. And technicians, you basically have your technicians, so you add whatever technicians you have. You can also do this through users. There's a lot in the system. I've probably rushed through it, but if you have a look at our YouTube channel, for each individual section on the left, there should be an individual video. But if there's any questions you have on the H2o system, you can email us at hydrate@h2o.ie. Hey guys, so let's go and add a vehicle in this video. Once you're logged in using your username and password, we can go to the sales tab on the top left hand corner of the menu. We have current stock, sold stock, and add a vehicle. So we're going to click add a vehicle here. When you have the still, sparkling, and electrolyte package, you're going to have the motor check registration lookup. So you can put in the registration number you want. Here we have one that was populated earlier, and we click look up. If you notice as well, we're using an English registration, so it does Irish and UK vehicles. So there's the registration number entered in and lookup pressed. Make, model, derivative, color, engine, chassis number, body type, all the details that will be pulled in from MotorCheck will be loaded onto the system. The vehicle type, in this case here, it's a used vehicle, so we can click used vehicle. Logging on down now, we go to the purchase date. So we add in the purchase date that's corresponding with the invoice you have for the vehicle. We can tab through into VAT type. I'll go, this is a margin vehicle. So the purchase price was €10,000. And the supplier, when we start typing the supplier's name, it should populate in the drop down below. If you're doing this for the first time, make sure you go add your supplier first. It's nothing worse than getting here and then having to add a supplier. Retail price, we're going to ask $12,950 for that vehicle. We don't owe anything to the bank in this vehicle, so we can mark 0. The stock list, if we've added stock lists, we can add the stock list we want that going to. If it's used cars or Peugeot, but in this case here it's a demo account, so we just add blue cars. Is it marked ready for sale? So has it been through the workshop? Does it need a valet? If you're only buying as a stock, you're going to mark no. The odometer, you should have something on your invoice stating what mileage is on the vehicle, so you can put that in here and enter in miles or kilometers. The key location, if you've added a key, if you have a keyboard in your dealership, you can add the key location in keyboards, and you can add it in here too. Would you like to advertise this vehicle? Yes or no? So in this case, we're going to advertise the vehicle. It's imported. It is imported. The registration number, currency of import is, we'll just go euro for now, and we click save. That's the vehicle. Add it to stock, guys. If you're using your accounts package with 0, if you're on our electrolyte package, that purchase invoice is now going across into your 0 accounts package too. But if you're on your still and your sparkling, that's the task finished. So guys, in this video, we're going to show you how to add a contact. Contact is very important for purchasing a vehicle, for selling a vehicle, adding a job card, or purchasing a part or selling a part. Contacts is your supplier and your customer. It's all rolled into one place. On the left hand side is underneath manage. Down the left hand side, they're underneath users, you have contacts. Click contacts and click new contact. Very easy to do. It's first name and last name, email address and phone numbers. The customer type. So is it a customer you're dealing with, or is it a supplier you're dealing with? Or maybe if you're a dealership and you sell vans to your auto factors, it could be both. So you can add them as a both. So it'll go through as a supplier and as a customer, which is a pretty handy feature. The addresses all need to be filled in. If you're using the accounts package 0, it will create a 0 ID and therefore talk to 0, which is very handy from an invoice point of view going forward. Have a look at our other videos for that. For GDPR, they're all defaulted to no, so you have post no, SMS no. If you want to change all that, you can do it. Same with just if you're our main dealer, they're going to ask you all these questions, so they're all defaulted to no, so you can default them to yes if you want. Click save, and that adds the customer. If you're missing any details, you can see here there's 4 details missing here, 3 details missing here. But when you add a customer, this is how it looks. First name, last name, email, contact phone numbers, contact both. All the details are there. The 0 connection ID is there, so you're crossing your 0 package, it will all be the same. When they buy a vehicle, the vehicle will show up here. Their job cards and service invoice will be here, and their parts invoices will be here. So everything is down underneath the contacts. Nice little feature as well. Add notes, wife's name, Mary. Save notes, and then under each customer, you will have notes to go back and look at. That's contacts. If you have anything else that you'd like answered, you can email us at hydrate@h2o.ie. So guys, thanks for logging on. We're going to show you costs and how to add a cost to a vehicle in this section, and also how to add a cost. If you're using the still, sparkling or electrolyte package, this will be important to you. So along the left hand menu, underneath manage, you come down as far as costs and click costs. There's a few on this system already. This is our demo account, but as you can see along the top here, we have 5 different types of costs. We have reconditioning, we have administration, taxes and charges, which is very important, warranty, which is important too, and service after sales. 5 different costs all work out different ways for the system to generate KPIs, but also to generate profit calculations and workings on job cards, taxes, and so on and so forth. This might be a detailed video, but it is worth waiting till the very end. Let's just start at reconditioning. So let's just add a new cost. So add a new cost. Let's call this bodywork. So bodywork category, we're going to put that under reconditioning because we don't have our own panel beating shop ourselves. So basically what you'd put under a category would something that you sublet out to somebody else, whether it be bodywork, valeting, tires, smart repairs, anything that goes away from the dealership and you receive an invoice to get your car ready for sale. We'll put it under a category of reconditioning. The default amount, if it's a valid, it's always going to charge €120. You can stick in €120, but let's keep it 0 for now. The VAT rate. So if like what you could put up here, you could put Dave's Body Shop up here, and if you have if it's always going to be the same person coming in, the bodywork. If the invoice is always going to be from the one person, you're going to know their VAT rate, and you can stick in 13.5%. Small tip, what I will say, I wouldn't put Dave's Body Shop, Barry's Body Shop, John's Body Shop, Kieran's Valets. I'd actually limit it down to just bodywork or valet, because next thing you're going to have a list of costs as long as your arms, and it's just going to be too confusing. So keep it at default amount 0, VAT rate 13.5%. You put in the description here, you can just put in this Dave Bodywork. Okay, so every time you're going to add a cost to the vehicle, this is what's going to come up. Now, mark that as status as active. If you're using the 0 accounts package, you'll put your 0 account code in here. So we'll put in 204 just to get rid of the number 1. That's your cost added. So we won't do that through all the other sections. So reconditioning is anything that is done outside of your business that is going to be charged to your vehicles. That's what we use reconditioning for. Administration. So what do we use administration for? This is for in-house costs, something that you want to charge to the vehicle that shouldn't affect the profit calculations in VAT of when you're going to sell the vehicle. So under administration, in my business, I would use house charges. So when a vehicle is bought into stock at €10,000, we can go to automation, so we can add a house charge to every single vehicle. We can call it €500 including VAT. When you're adding the house charge, you're going to you call it house charge, it's on category administration. Let's do it to €406.50 is the ex VAT price. VAT rate is 23%, and it's a monthly house charge. Because it's in-house, we won't use a 0 code when we click save. House charge is added. Other things you could do is stocking charges. If you have a valeter in-house, you might want to charge a valet to every car without having to physically do a job card every time. Just go and add the valet in automations every single time. And it's an administration cost in your own business. Taxes and charges is definitely the most important one we have. So I'm actually going to add a new cost here. So we're in the Republic of Ireland, so VRT will be a big cost for us. So let's call it VRT, and the category goes under taxes and charges. Default amount will be 0 because every car is different, and the VAT rate on VRT will be 0 as well. Status and active. The 0 account code. So this will always be different. I'd recommend you getting in contact with us to put in the 0 code here, because when you're invoicing a vehicle and it goes across to your accounts package, it's going to have to reconcile with your bank account there. In my case, VRT is 419. So we click 419 in the bracket. When it goes across the 0, that's what will be on the VRT line. So why is VRT and taxes and charges so important? So let's just call it layman's terms. We sell a vehicle for €50,000 and there's €10,000 VRT in it. So what the system will end up doing then is it'll invoice the car at €40,000 plus your taxes and charges. If you've bought that car at €39,000 plus the VRT, that as a margin vehicle, it will calculate the profit on €1,000, not on €11,000. That's very important. And then when you're giving your invoice to your accountant, there'll be a spreadsheet that will give that information for them to show that you paid VAT on only €1,000, not on €11,000, and a profit of the €50,000 that you've taken in is VRT. The same will apply to customs and excise. So you would add another cost under tax and charges, and you would call it customs and excise. Warranty is important too. So when you're invoicing a vehicle, if you use third-party warranties and the warranty company are charging you €400 for your warranty, you sell the car at €10,000. This will calculate that you've invoiced the car at €9,600 and you have a €400 warranty on top of it as well. So if you've bought the car at 9,000 and sold it for 10,000, you're not going to pay VAT on the €1,000. You're going to pay VAT on the €600 because there is no VAT on insurance products. So this is an important one here as well. Service after sales is the next costs that we can add to the vehicle. What I would leave service after sales for is your labor. So in this case here, we have labor that's going to be added to a job cart. So this is a cost that we want to add to a vehicle or add to a job cart. So in this case here, we can go in and we can call it 60 labor. That's €60 labor. It's category service after sales. More than likely, it's always going to be a 13.5% VAT rate, and you're going to have a set default rate of €60. As I mentioned to you in reconditioning, it's more cost effective than one reconditioning. But what I would say in service after sales, if you have a labor rate for sales, for service, and for warranty, maybe do the 3 different labor rates, and I'll show you on the job card video why it's important to make yourself more efficient. So that's basically how we add costs to vehicles, guys. It can be something as long as your arm, but I would definitely recommend keeping it short, keeping the costs down, and showing it's there's the less is more. So basically, when someone's adding a cost to a vehicle or anything like that, it's just very easy done. I'll just show you a quick one. We'll go into our current stock, and we'll come down the page. We can go add a cost. So €60 labor is what's at the top because it's alphabetically done. So your cost that you're adding to each car is there. So as I said, if we had a long list of reconditioning, this list will go down the page. We only have recon 0%, and the valet cost us €150. You put in the date, and you can put a description in here, valet. That's it. Another quick tip: if we were in costs, and let's just say we added a cost to the vehicle, and rather than fill it in the description, monthly house charge will already be in the description. When you're on reconditioning, it might be a good idea to add reconditioning 0%, 13.5%, and 23%. So when you are charging something to the vehicle, you don't have to go calculate the VAT yourself. Any other questions? hydrate@h2o.ie will get us on an email, or have a look at any other videos on our YouTube channel. So you've just added a vehicle to stock, you've had your purchase invoice, you've purchased it in, and now it's directed you back to your current stock. So here we are on the current stock page. Let's say it was a Peugeot 508 that you purchased into stock. So let's go into search, and rather than scrolling through all your cars, type in 508. So here's all the 508s that you've purchased. Here's your vehicle, so you can click anywhere on the line and it brings you into the vehicle. Depending on the package you have, if it's electrolyte, some electrolyte package, the dealer's website can talk to H2o. If it does do that, it can pull in the image of the vehicle for you to make it more aesthetically pleasing, I suppose, more than anything else. But on the vehicle details page, it has everything that was entered in from motor check, along with a couple of other bits and pieces that you might need on a daily basis. So on the top left hand corner, you have your make, your model, and your registration number all on one line, the derivative of the vehicle, and the retail price. You have the vehicle details. Top left hand corner of that is your vehicle stock number. So that's your unique vehicle stock number for this vehicle, for when you purchase it in and when it's sold, and when you come to purchase it back in again, you'll always be able to find the vehicle with this vehicle stock number. It shows the stock list of where it's sitting, whether it be on your used car list, your new car list. In this case, it's blue cars. It's individual to each person. The days in stock, so when you've purchased the vehicle into stock, it's that date to today will indicate the days in stock. Date of registration is all there. The original registration, if it's a UK or Japanese import, you can put the registration on there. The odometer reading both reads kilometers and miles. The purchase and cost details, so the date you purchased the vehicle, it's a margin car, you bought it off John Doe. Purchase price excluding VAT and including VAT are the same, which indicates that this is a margin vehicle. Cost of the vehicle, you look, it's higher than what you purchased it for. So let's just scroll down the page a little bit and we'll see that there's some charges charged to this vehicle. So let's see what's charged. So costs, let's click under costs and administration. So this car has had an automated house charge added to the vehicle of €615. So €756 including VAT of a house charge. Now, when you're calculating the profit when this vehicle is sold, the house charge isn't taken into effect there. So on a sold vehicle, we can, if you look at the sold car vehicles, we can explain that. So the purchase price of the vehicle is €42,500 and it's had the 756.45 added to it, which is this figure here plus VAT. Cost of the vehicle excluding taxes, including taxes, and excluding taxes is here in accounts details. So two drop downs are here. When you sell the vehicle, invoice details comes here as well, and there'll be more details on the vehicle. To make edits on this page, top left hand corner, click edit. The blade comes across. You can change if it's a used vehicle or a trade vehicle. You can click it, advertise it. Yes, we will advertise it. You can change the stock list on it. The price checker, it's something nice that's added into the system. This one hasn't been checked before. So every time you purchase in a car, it hasn't been checked. Let's just say you want to make sure the derivative is added correctly. The retail price is correct. Sometimes the make and model can be different here. So you want to make sure that it's advertised as an SUV, not an MPV. So once you've checked that, on a new car, it'll always be orange. And then once you've checked all that, you can mark it green. So your price checker, and you can click save. Also in details, maybe the purchase date was out, maybe it was a VAT qualifying vehicle or the supplier has changed, you made a mistake. You can change it from this page here on the blade and click save and everything is changed. You can see here the price checker is updated. Not ready for sale. So you'll notice at the top you can't sell off this vehicle because it's not ready for sale. Sometimes do you ever sell off a car and you think you've lots of profit made, but next thing you get that invoice from the body shop and there goes your profit. So when you're selling off a vehicle, advertised ready for sale, here you can click it yes or no. So as you can see underneath the picture, it's not ready for sale, therefore you cannot sell it off. So click yes here and save details. It's now ready for invoice. That's the details page. So it has all the vehicle details, your purchase and cost details, your accounting details, custom fields if there's estimated VRT, you have your job cards which are charged to the cars and all the costs added to the vehicle. You can also add notes to the vehicle and keep an eye on anything that the car is loaned out. All the details can be added down here. So that's your vehicle details page, guys. Please have a look at any other videos, and if you have any queries, email us at hydrate@h2o.ie.